have come to understand from the very community that might be so affected the important issues that we face. Early last summer, we were notified of plans by the Department of Homeland Security to build a fence 18 feet high on top of the levee on the university's, on the levee north of the university's iTech campus. iTech campus is a campus where we teach International Technology and Educational Center, essentially placing all of the iTech on the Mexican side of the fence. Yes. In addition, the plans would also build a fence 18 feet high on top of the levee just south of the Scorpion baseball field and of our parking lot, essentially placing our entire golf course on the Mexican side of the fence. In October, we received a letter from U.S. Customs and Border Protection asking for a right of entry onto the university property. The request sought access to university land for the possible construction of a fence. The same document informed us that there was some question if they would be responsible for any damage done during this time of their activities. I did not sign the document that would have granted access for several reasons. It is my responsibility as president to be a good steward of the resources that have been entrusted to my care. To have signed this right of entry would have violated that public trust. There was first the risk of property investment because the government sought access to land from the levees to the buildings in the very heart of our campus, adjacent to the student union, very close to where we sit in this building, and the Life and Health Sciences building. Our campus is one of the fastest growing in the UT system with an enrollment of 17,000 students and expected to grow to 20,000 within 5 years. The campus currently has 8 construction projects in different stages of development for a total investment by the taxpayers of this community and in the state of Texas of over $140 million in new construction alone, allowing Department of Homeland Security unlimited access to a large portion of the campus has a potential of jeopardizing a significant public investment that was our duty to protect. It is also my responsibility as president to guard and protect the safety of our students. If I am aware of a potential danger to them, I am required to take necessary action to ensure their safety. The right of entry was refused because it was meant to support preparations for the building of a fence that would jeopardize campus security. DHS has repeatedly reported to us that they plan to build a fence on the levee for the purpose of channeling illegal entrance to a point presumably for easy apprehension. That point is the same opening in the fence that would also be used for entry and exit to the golf course, the headquarters for our golf team, and directly behind the baseball park and the recreation center. I could not sign the original right of entry because having an opening in an 18-foot high fence for the purpose of channeling all illegal entrance, including criminals, in the heart of our campus, right next to classroom buildings, the library and the recreation center, the baseball park and the soccer field, would greatly endanger, not protect, our students and jeopardize campus security and safety. I could not sign the original right of entry because there had been a lack of opportunity for genuine public input. When the congressman mentions town meetings, it evokes a gathering of citizens engaged in civil discourse. In contrast, here, the only public hearing we were afforded was held on December 12th at the Brownsville Event Center, where we were required to submit feedback through a computer terminal or through a court reporter surrounded by armed agents. Right. For those of us who chose to participate through verbal input, it was necessary to meet in an open field across from the event center while being photographed. I could not sign the original ROE because the university has become a key player in the promotion of the ecotourism industry and in the reclamation of important wildlife areas, inclusive of thousands of acres of the Bahia Grande area. Many have worked for decades to design a campus that is respectful of the natural and rich environment of this very special ecological zone. Signing the right of entry would have jeopardized the ecological systems of our region and obstructed the development of a campus environment. Finally, I was unable to sign the ROE because it jeopardized the historical nature of the campus, of which you've already heard. What was being demanded of us under threat of legal action was unimpeded access by military and civilian agencies to a UT system campus in its state and locally financed building for an extended period of time for purposes of determining if land and buildings could be condemned and seized. In January, we were notified that a suit had been filed in federal court because of our refusal to sign. Yet we continued to meet with various representatives from the federal government at the same time that they were filing the suit. After days of intense negotiations between the university and the U.S. Department of Justice, an agreed settlement was reached, just hours before we went to federal court. The order, not our request, but the court order by a federal judge, now requires consultation with the university before accessing the property, and that they must take care to minimize and jointly study environmental impact, environmental on the commerce, and an impact on the culture of the campus and on the historical nature of the campus. Judge Andrew Hainan stated that the agreed settlement could be used as a template for working with other landowners. I thank you for the time you have spent on our campus. There are many others in the audience who do not have the honor of being able to address you, but just so you know, there are many voices that have similar feelings to what you have heard from the mayor and from others on this podium today. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.